Steady your heart. Look deep into your souls. For your mettle is to be tested this day. If in the heat of battle, you need a reason to fight on, an idea for which you will give up all that you will ever have, you need only to look at the man who fights at your side. This is the why of battle. This is the brotherhood of men-at-arms. An unbreakable bond, made stronger by the crucible of combat. You will never be closer than with those who you shed your blood with. For there is no nobler cause than to fight for those who will lay down their life for you. So you fight strong today. You fight for your brothers.
Hey, Shalom, all praises, glory, honor, and the fear unto Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim Rakakwadash. Double honors to elder apostles, rule well, great millstone, citation, election. And that's the why we fight and why we strive for this truth unto death. Because the truth is better and greater than all things. And it's something worthy to die for. In the midst of all this chaos, confusion, lies, deception, the truth is going to overcome all things. You know, and history is written by the victor. But see, the Lord is the ultimate victorious one, man. He's going to give his victory to his servants, his saints. You see, so in our darkest hour and when it gets really tough, we just have to keep this in remembrance, man, that we need to be strong and fight on for the few brothers and few warriors that remain next to us on the right hand and our left hand that's still in this thing, you know. And it's a beautiful thing, and that's why the Lord said there's no greater act of love than if you lay down your life for your brother. And that's what this truth is all about. You know, you can know this precept, this, that, this breakdown. You can know all kind of knowledge, but you know, if you don't have charity and brotherly love, and if you ain't sincere, then you're nothing, man. Because you're liable to not be your brother's keeper. You know, be like that guy that sold out for a freaking woman in gold. You know, and he said, "Sorry, Leonidas. You know, just give up." You know. Just like Killmonger said, he said, "I'd rather die with my ancestors than to be a slave," you know. And that's what's coming to pass. They're trying to, Esau and his new world order, they're trying to basically make everyone a slave again with their technology, introverting and making you one with their technology, with their system. You know, putting it in you, no longer you having just a phone and credit and all this stuff on the phone and technology at the press of a button, but actually it being you being those buttons. You see? Isaiah 40:1. Comfort ye, my people, saith your power. Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received the Lord's hand double for all her sins. So our warfare is just about accomplished. Our prison sentence, right, is just about up. It's just about up. Now that word warfare, Hebrew word shabbat, right, is a host of angels. Warfare service, right? We're under heavy servitude, man. Slavery, you know. We got the slave, and we're still under the bondage of Esau unto this day, and also we have to serve the Lord. So that's a lot of pressure, and that's a lot of that's a heavy responsibility. This is the book of Baruch, chapter 3, and verse 8. It says, "Behold, we are yet this day in our captivity, where thou hast scattered us, for a reproach and a curse." You know, it's a curse, man. You know, having a woman rule over us, having subject to and to be subject to payments. We have to see everything. Every day is a payment. Oh, rent, phone bill, this bill, that bill. You know, there's no rest here, man. But see, we find rest and peace and comfort in these words. And that's why day in and day out, we are to what? Comfort one another with these words. Strengthen our brethren's hearts. 1 Thessalonians 5 and verse 9, it says, "For power hath not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahushua HaMashiach, who died for us." And we're to what? We're to return the favor by what? Walking in his steps, following him. So much and more when he's not around. It says that whether we wake or sleep, we should live together with him. Wherefore comfort one yourselves together and edify one another, even as they also ye do. It says, "And we beseech you, brethren, to know them which labor among you and are over you in the Lord, and admonish you, and to esteem them very highly in love for their work's sake, and be at peace among yourselves." Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly. You got a lot of guys that are unruly. They don't esteem each other highly for the love of the work, because a lot of guys that just do this to be seen of men. They're not really their brother's keeper. A lot of guys are murderers, man. Now we exhort you, brethren, warn them that are unruly, comfort the feeble-minded, support the weak, be patient toward all men. See that none render evil for evil unto any man, but ever follow that which is good, both among yourselves and to all men. And a lot of people, they don't have what we have, this comfort, this truth, this word, this knowledge and wisdom. So to be very grateful, because if you're not grateful, guess what? The Lord is very capable of taking that away from you if you're not grateful and thankful for it. All right, it says, "According to all the iniquities of our father which departed from Yahweh our power." So you're not supposed to depart from Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, his word, his testimonies, and this truth in his word, his prophecies. It says, "Hear, Israel, the commandments of life. Give ear to understand wisdom." See? And that's why the few out there, your eyes are blessed, your ears are blessed. Because they're still open and they still, as we're saying Psalms, their eyes are ever toward their master. Let's go to Psalms 123 and verse 123 and verse 1. "Unto thee lift I up mine eyes." Lord said, lift your head up, man, because your redemption draws nigh. It's close, man. We've never been closer than what we've been at this point in time right now, man. "O thou that dwellest in the heavens," and people know about prophecy and the truth and what's going to happen, but it's not for everybody. That's why they want to act like it doesn't matter, because they don't want it to happen. That's why they don't believe in it. They don't want to give it that power. See, the one shall that make the faith of the true uneffect? God forbid. Romans 3 and 3. "Behold, as the eyes of servants look unto the hand of their masters, and as the eyes of a maiden unto the hand of her mistress, so our eyes wait upon Yahweh our power until that he have mercy upon us." It says, "Have mercy upon us, O Yahweh, have mercy upon us, for we are exceedingly filled with contempt. Our soul is exceedingly filled with the scorning of those that are at ease, and with the contempt of the proud," which that word contempt. That word contempt, right? Is a feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, and deserving scorn, you see? And that's what we're looked at as in this society, because it's not our world. Disregard for something that should be taken into account, that's right. the offense of being disobedient to or disrespectful of a court of law and its officers, you see? And that's how we're viewed as in this world. And that's how we're supposed to be viewed as this world, because we fulfill prophecy being what? The true, real prophets. Revelation, even amongst this truth, a lot of you guys that are in camps, you hate us because we speak the whole role. Let's go to Psalms 119. In 141, it says, I am small and despised, right? Because the small things, the things that are insignificant, looked down upon. Oh, you're going to have 1,000 subscribers. We're hated, man. Even amongst this world, you know, no one cares about us. But see, that's the magnificence of the Lord. I am small and despised, yet do I not forget thy precepts, right? Because if you're big and proud and puffed up and huge, then you're going to forget the Lord's precepts. This is Psalms 119 and verse 139. It says, I start verse 137. Righteous art thou, O Lord, and upright are thy judgments. Thy testimonies that thou hast commanded are righteous and very faithful. My zeal hath consumed me, because mine enemies have forgotten thy words. You see? So the enemies of the Lord, the enemies of the cross, they've forgotten the words, the teachings of our Lord. They've forgotten what manner of person they were. Matter of fact, let's get that parable. You know, you should be in the spirit of trying to like get the hell out of here, man, whatever way it may be, even if that's death. James 1:24, for he beholdeth himself and goeth his way, and straightway forgetteth what manner of man he was. Revelation 6:10, and they cried with a loud voice, saying, how long, O Lord, holy and true, dost thou not judge and avenge our blood on them that dwell on the earth? The Lord says he's not gonna keep silence no more. And the brother did a video on Sodomites, that Lil Nas rapper, got freaking breasts, man. That's an abomination. The Lord said it should be put to death. But see, that is praised. It's millions and billions of views. Everyone likes it. Everyone's praising that, you see. And it's heavy too, because even a lot of guys in this truth, like, we'll bring it out raw like that, and they'll be like, oh man, why you gotta say it like that? You're gonna get your channel striked. You know, you gotta be wise, bro. Nah, man. The line has been drawn, man. A lot of you guys, you're just like, you're effeminate in the spirit. Maybe not in the flesh. You might not have breasts in the flesh, but in the spirit, you have breasts, man. You know? Abominations, man. Spiritual abominations and carnal abominations, man. Verse 11, and white robes were given unto every one of them, and it was said unto them that they should rest yet for a little season, until their fellow servants also and their brethren that should be killed as they were should be fulfilled. And if you don't bow down to this beast horse system, then guess what? You must in this manner be killed. That's what's written in Revelation 13. So even before the mark of the beast, there's going to be a persecution upon those that live godly. See, the Lord said, don't worry, he's with us, man, even unto death. You see, so you can take it as like when Yahushua is being crucified, you had one man on the right and another on the left. And one of them, you know, he was unbelieving, unfaithful, you know. But the other one, he said, Lord, don't forget me, you know, when you enter into paradise. And he said, you shall be in me, because he had faith, he had trust in the Lord. He had a good heart. You know, he didn't speak proudly, but the other one did. You know? Matter of fact, let me get that precept. That came out a while. It's like Matthew 26. Luke 23, and we'll start verse 39. And one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be the anointed, save thyself and us. See, the Lord, he didn't come to save his life. He came to save the lives of Israel, the elect primarily, and to lay down his life for men. Matter of fact, let's get that precept. You know, and this was the reason of our people. They didn't really understand what the Lord was doing. It was carnal. John 15 and verse... No, that's not the one. John... Alright, here's right here. This is a good one. 1 John 3 and 16. Hereby perceive we the love of power, because he laid down his life for us, and we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. You see, and that's a warrior. That's a true soldier. Alright, so what was he? Luke 23 and 39. So he railed on him, man. Let's get that word for railed. Right, to protest strongly at. You know, Luke 23 and 39. That word for railed. So check this out. Wow, look at that in the Greek.
Strong's G 987. Blasphemeo.
Blaspheming, man. To speak reproachfully at, revile, calumniate, blaspheme. So he was to be evil. He was evil speaking of Yahushai. And he was in the same condemnation as Yahushai, but Yahushai had no sin. And then the other malefactor, he rebuked him. You see, another one to death, and the other one went to the kingdom of heaven and entered into paradise with Yahushai. Let's get that word for calumniate. Right, make false and defamatory statements about. He was defaming the Lord. So let's jump back, Luke 23:39. And one of the malefactors which were hanged railed on him, saying, If thou be Christ, save thyself and us. Which that word Christ goes in the Greek Christos, which is anointed. But the other answering rebuked him, saying, Dost not thou fear God, seeing thou art in the same condemnation? And we indeed justly, for we receive the due reward of our deeds. See, he was confessing, he was being real, he was keeping it real. You see? But this man hath done nothing amiss. And he said unto Yahushai, Lord, remember me when thou comest into thy kingdom. And Yahushai said unto him, Verily I say unto thee, today shalt thou be with me in paradise. Because the Lord, you know, what he said was well-pleasing to the Lord. What he said was truth and righteous. Even though with his life, he might not live the best life, but in that moment, you know, he saw the truth for what it was, Yahushua right next to him. Jeremiah 29 and 11. For I know the thoughts I think toward you, saith the Lord, thoughts of peace and not of evil, to give you an expected end. Then shall ye call upon me, and ye shall go and pray unto me, and I'll hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me, when ye shall search for me with all your heart. So it takes all your mind and all your attention to be geared towards the Lord. You know, and there's all kinds of different distractions in this world, but you got to keep your eyes single and make sure that this is the nucleus of your whole life, and that's what's going to keep you through these times. Hosea 2:14, therefore, behold, I will allure her and bring her into the wilderness and speak comfortably unto her. Verse 20, I will even betroth thee unto me in faithfulness, and thou shalt know Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. And the word betrothed basically means Yahushai, the Lord is going to take his bride to himself. Isaiah 33 and verse 20. Look upon Zion, the city of our solemnities. Thine eyes shall see Jerusalem, a quiet habitation, a tabernacle that shall not be taken down. Not one of the stakes thereof shall ever be removed, neither shall any of their cords thereof be broken. Verse 24, and the inhabitants shall not say, I am sick. The people that dwell therein shall be forgiven their iniquity. So the elect, those are the ones that are going to be blessed through it all, because their sins are going to be what? Forgiven. And those are going to blot out their sins like a cloud. And that's what we're hoping for, because once your sins are forgiven, then guess what? You're perfect. You can live on. There's no death. Isaiah 44 in verse 22, I blotted out as a thick cloud thy transgressions, and as a cloud thy sins. Return unto me, for I have redeemed thee. Verse 25. Says that frustrate the tokens of the liars. He frustrates the signs of liars, man. And maketh diviners mad. Whew, that turneth wise men backward and maketh their knowledge foolish. You see? You also get this one as well. Isaiah 43 and 25. I am he that blotteth out thy transgressions for mine own sake, and will not remember thy sins, right? Because that's what Yahushua came to do. To take away sin, to conquer death. That was the last enemy. Alright, Proverbs 12:28. In the way of righteousness, which is Yahushua, is life. In the pathway thereof, there is no death, you see? And when you look at the book, the story of Job, you know, like Scripture say, better, like Lord said, he's going to give you an expected end. Well, Lord said the end of a thing is better than the beginning thereof. So that same thing that happened with Job. You know, he went through a lot of turmoil, but the Lord was with him through it all. You see, Job 42 and verse 10. And Yahweh returned the captivity of Job, you see? And that time's the end, Lord's about to turn that captivity. When he prayed for his friends, also Yahweh gave Job twice as much as he had before. Then came there unto him all his brethren and all his sisters and all they that had been of his acquaintance before. And it's heavy because the Lord said, if you follow Yahushua in the regeneration, you shall receive 100-fold. You know, wives, children, family, you're going to get all that, man. You know, because right now, man, it feels like we all alone. You know, we're what's the word? We're forsaken of everybody. But the Lord's with us, you know. There has to be that separation for a heavier purpose. For us to be occupied and focused on his word, which everyone else is disregards. It says, and did eat bread with him in his house, and they bemoaned him and comforted him over all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Every man also gave him a piece of money, and every one an earring of gold. So Yahweh blessed the latter end of Job more than his beginning, for he had 14,000 sheep, and 6,000 camels, and 1,000 yoke of oxen, and 1,000 she asses. You know, he also had plenty more children. And it's heavy too, because when you try to like put that kind of in today's monetary money, which this money is failing, it's falling, man. They're trying to like devalue the dollar. But this was like billions of dollars, man. Just the amount of sheeps and camels and oxen he had, you know. And one last thing, you know, like with this money, you know, they show you in a couple series, but the only reason people believe that money is real because they give it that power. You know, really money is worthless, but since everyone believes that it's real and it's worth $1 million, and then guess what? Then it makes it true, you know. Psalms 126 and verse 3. The Lord hath done great things for us, whereof we are glad. Turn again our captivity, O Lord, as the streams in the south. They that sow in tears shall reap in joy. You see, so we cry daily, man. You know, does that mean we cry all day? No, not necessarily, but you know, we cry aloud. We don't spare nobody. We let our people know of the judgments and the times that we're coming into and what's about to happen, man. Lord, he's edified. You know, the reason there's your answer to why we fight and why we do what we do, fervently and zealously, and without hesitation. You know, because our labor of love is not in vain, brothers. All praise, glory, honor, and fear to Yahweh, Bashim Yahushai, Bashim Rakakwadash, Wa Baba Ball.